Hey everyone, it's Christy, stitching mum of two monsters. I'm here for Flosstube number 2. Basically it's just a quick update on, I should say today is Monday 29th of October 2018. I've come just to show you my show entries and what prizes I got for them from my local show, the first time I've entered. And Winner Winner chicken dinner. And just to show some of the other haul, I'm slightly prepared this time, so there'll be less crinkling noises. But I want to get one of the ones that did win a prize to my best mate. One of my best mates. She's been waiting over a year for this particular piece because I couldn't find the right frame, and then anyway, that's a long story. But I want to rush that up to her now, so now that she's got a prize winning one. I will start with the one. I put 5 entries in and I got won something for four of them. So the one that didn't win it was actually my favourite, and a lot of people have been commenting. So this one is Night Eyes by Peter Cull for Dimensions. And this is it. So it's held on by magnets, a la Priscilla and Chelsea, which I got my out of the box thinking from them. So thank you, ladies. And when I went to pick them up today, the lady had said, "Oh, you're so lucky that wolf is going home with you. We've had quite a lot of people say that they would have loved to have taken it home. But I didn't win anything. But that's okay. I love it. It's going to be a pride of joy sitting up over there. So I wake up in the morning looking at it." The next one is, I had put it in the beaded section, which is Eek Bats, and it won first prize. I'm so happy. I didn't actually see many beaded articles, so maybe it was the only one and that's why it won first prize, but I've had a few comments that they love that too. So that's that one. So yeah, Eek Bats, which is rather fitting since it's Halloween in 2 days' time. And my boys are home and they know I am filming, and they've already said, "Oh, we might just jump on in and say something really embarrassing." No, I'm filming. Next one. They end up putting this one in a different category because it's basically a lot of backstitch. I'm like, okay, do whatever, I don't care. So this one's Let's Go to the Beach by Ursula Michael. And I decided to reverse. It was pictured on white fabric with blue writing. And I end up using blue fabric by, I think it was Colour Cascade. Let me have a look. Yes, Colour Cascades 14 Count Ada, Devil Wears a Blue Dress. Because I thought that just looked like the water. So then I used DMC 746 to look like sand. And I used Mo Sales Cotton Colts for the waves because it has that variegated look. And it won first place. So I was really, really happy with that. Oh, there goes my tummy. This one here. So I did all the framing myself except for this piece. I got it professionally framed because it's a Mirabilia. And so it's got beads. It's the first time I have ever used linen First time I've done beading, and the first time I've done 1/1 for the skin. So this is my little boy, my snow angel, the boy version. I really loved how that came out. And I got second place for him. I'm so glad I went for the double matting, because it just makes the design pop just that little bit more. Put that over there. And my last one, which is one of my best mates, I just could not find a frame that I actually liked, and hence why she's waited so long. So I thought, oh, I'll think outside the box a little bit. And then I seen this one particular frame, but it was a floating one, so you can see both sides, and it was brown. And most of her frames in her house are either black or white. And I'm really not happy with the paint job, but it is what it is. So I painted it white. And on the backing I used fabric that I seen in Spotlight, and I loved it. So this is the piece. And it's, oh, what's it called? Can't find that actually. But it's also on Ada. It was on pre-printed fabric, but all the only thing that's printed on are these little brown marks. The rest is me. So that's the fabric I found at Spotlight, and it is on the back as well. And I thought it just went. So that's that one. I really love that one. And it got first prize in the cross stitch section. And when I went to pick it up, I actually found out, because originally we were told that, you know, the cross stitches aren't up for the big ribbon awards. But I originally found out that it was, well, the one that did win it was a stump work piece that got the major prize. And it won like the best exhibit, best piece overall and all that sort of stuff, needlework. And it was well deserved. It was stump work of Australian birds like the galah, and it was like 4 different cockatoos, like the Major Mitchell and the Gang and all that sort of stuff. Stunning, completely stunning. No way could I compete against that. But when I went to pick these up today, the lady said I was definitely in the place to win the second place overall winner. It came against the butterfly and another piece, but which was hand embroidery, and it won the second. It was of a dragon. Well, not cross stitch, but it was like stump work and that as well, and which was really pretty. So it won that. But the one, she said, it came down to basically my backing fabric here was slightly crumpled and coming up a little bit in the end, which is what had my points marked down. So the actual piece probably would have got the major second prize. Oh well, I was happy. First time I've ever entered anything in any competition, and I walked away with 3 firsts and a second. So I'm really happy. They did also say next year they're swapping things around as far as in the cross stitch section too. They are going to be putting a category just for Ada and a category just for linen. So it's good. So I have to make sure I've got some pieces in both categories, I think, for next year. Plus I'm going to try and do some other stitching, like some black work. I'm going to try some hardanger. I've decided, and I spoke with some of the ladies up at the show when it was on, from the Embroiders Guild, and they'd like me to join that, so I'm thinking I will, and so I can learn some different techniques on different other embroidery as well. Now I did find, so that's all that done, so winner chicken dinner's there. I did find my first piece that I ever did when I was 12 years old that I was looking for last week and was making lots of horrible noise and couldn't find it. But now I found it. I'm going to have to wash it and finally frame it because it's been under my bed. So it was a Precious Moments called No Tears in Heaven, or Heaven's Gate, or something like that. So this is the first piece. I was 12 years old. Sorry, it's really crappy there. So I'll have to wash it, iron it, and maybe frame it and put it on. That's that one. I think the next piece I did was just a little one by an Australian designer, thing called May Gibbs, and she does like gumnut babies. Now I know I did a couple more of these, but I can't find them, so I might have given them away. But that is the second piece I did, so I would have been probably 12 or 13 for that as well, I think. No, I haven't got a date on it. I was dating, but then I stopped. I don't know why. And it's got some blending filament, right? I see the little sparkle happening. I just think they're so cute. I'll have to find some more May Gibbs patterns and do them because they're very Australian. I do have a couple other pieces out, but they're still in bags that I've done in the last 2 years. This year I started and finished. Sorry, there are going to be some crinkling. Lizzie Kate's Cat Lessons for People. Go back a bit. So in January I started 15, I think. So I started this one on the 3rd of January and finished it in May because I only worked on it for like 2 or 3 days here and there. And I replaced all the threads with Raj Mahal silks. And Raj Mahal are actually based in Bendigo. So I went to their showroom, took the pattern, and colour coordinate the silks. And for the cat, I actually used Whisper, Rainbow Galleries Whisper W88, just to make him a little fluffier. But I did notice their silks are a little thin, so I needed to double them up just to, so they were, yeah, so they were thicker. I also started and finished this year Lizzie Kate's Dog Lessons. I did use silks, but I used Mo's Sail Thread silks, and they were thicker. So that's what one. I love Mo's silks. They were really, really easy to work with, but she's not doing them anymore. Mo, please do some more. And I used Rainbow Galleries Fuzzy Stuff, 15 and 21 for the dog. which I loved. Oh, and both of them are on 16 count Ada by Australian, by Stitches and Spice in the colourway Buttercream. So that's for both of them. I'll do some more of these, I think, another day. I'll do this one. Now, a lot of people don't know, rocking my friends and that, and were a bit shocked. I'm a Transformers girl. Team Autobots, I'm a Prime girl. And I originally, when I was engaged to a guy from England, was doing this for him because he was also an Autobot guy. And he actually chose the design he wanted, which is old school Optimus Prime. So I end up doing the thing in the, putting the pattern into Pick to Pat. So I did have to change some colours because they were a bit wishy-washy and didn't come out. But this is on 14 count Ada too. And I love him. So I'll have to wash him ironing, and I'm going to frame him. He'll probably have a double matte, so he'll be quite expensive because he is big. I love Optimus. So that's that one. And then I did a burst sampler. I've been meaning to do burst samplers for my kids for ages. And Thomas, my youngest, I'd started it and just put it down. And I finally picked it up at the end of last year and finished it off. Now I can't remember what this one's called. But I love the design. I'll have to try and find the pattern. And it is on just a 14 count Ada, navy Ada. So that's that one. So he'll be, now I've framed some of these ones for the show inches, I'll have to frame all these ones as well now, instead of them just staying under my bed. Now that same son loves Yoshi. So I did the same with the Pick to Pat. Oh, I've dated this one. I did this one in 2014. So 4 years ago. He's been under my bed. He's a bit over Yoshi, I think, now, but oh well. I think he'll still look cute. I did have to change the nose area and that because the colours that they'd come out in the pattern program was just so off. It was ridiculous. And the same with some of the shoes. But I love. So I'll do that. I'll start getting into a bit of a finishing. My oldest son was into Zelda, and I asked him at one stage, so this is 2015. So black Ada. A lot of people don't like working on black. I actually love it because it makes the designs pop. So I did this shield for him. And it's just on 14 count black Ada. So I've been stitching for like 30 years and I'm finally starting to branch out into even weaves. And the last one I've got here, I finished that this year. I finished it. It's for my nephew. He's been waiting a long time for his, hang on, birth sampler.
I was just asking if you have the FF08s.
No, I don't have any FF08s, whatever the hell that is. Thank you. So he's just saying things just to get me attention. So Riley's been waiting a while. Like, he was born in 2008. I started it and put it down, started it and put it down. And it was driving me insane. But he loves Maida. to this, I think, was another Pictopat. I actually bought the pattern online, but I think that's the program they may have used, because it was very similar to the ones I did like. And some of the colours I end up having to put in greens, because on the front cover it looked greens, but it was just all brown and it just looked horrible. So I ripped it out and put some greens in. And the same with the side of Maida on the truck. It was all black, so you couldn't see the actual definition like it showed on the front cover. So I put in whatever colours I thought it would be according to the picture shown. So that's that one. So I'll have to wash that fine, frame it up, and finally give it to my sister for Riley. Now, one of the other pieces that I didn't show the other day was my current whips, is I'm starting to learn different techniques. So this is not cross stitch, but it is a 3D succulent by Amy Calissa. Now she came to, it was like Craft Alive, not this year, but last year. This is where I got it. And it uses cottage garden threads. And the thread I'm using is called Xavier. It's got variegation. I love it. And being an Australian thread company too. So this is where I've got so far. I'm really not liking how it's coming out. I think I'm just doing it too loose. But even though tension looks good, as soon as I take the pins out, it looks crap. But when I'll finish, I'll wash it so the design goes away. And they all just stick out. And I'll probably end up giving this to my boss because she likes succulents. Well, maybe I won't. I might keep this one as my first go into something different and just do her once I get more a complete one, do it again for her. So that's that lot. Oh, it's already 22 minutes. I've been rambling on. I do have some more stash enhancements that I didn't show last week that I'll show now. I'll start off with some, I've got some perforated paper because I'd like to give some more Mill Hill designs, or I'd like to try some Brooks books, Brook Nolan. So I've got some Mill Hill perforated paper for them. I was lucky enough to score myself the 25 years one that's been brought back in print, the, what is it, Sandcastle? No, Seaside Kingdom. I do love that one. So I've got that one. I was lucky enough to score that. I have I've got 3 fabrics from Chromatic Alchemy in England, and they're all 28 count Brittany. So this one is called Ametrine. They're all fabric of the month, but she brings some in. Yeah, it's pretty close colour, greens and blues and yellows. Maybe if I just, so much more, that's better. That's the mushroom. Then I've got, oh no, that's not Ametrine. That's Ostara, O-S-T-A-R-A. I'm shocking with the names pronunciation. This is Ametrine, amethyst colour, which is orangey purples. I love these. Very, very pretty. And this one is called Icarus. 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 So it's like, whoo, jumps out. Yeah, that's showing true to colour. Don't know what I'll put on that. Maybe a dragon, I think. I love it. I've got the Thread Guarding Silk and Colours, which was on a Aussie D Stash site. This one in the burgundy, so it's just a partially, there's not much left in it really, to be honest. And this one is Pink Elephant. It's got some pinkies and purples. It's quite pretty. So they're silken colours. Now, because I'm wanting to learn some specialty stitches, I thought and do some seasonal pieces, but are basically seasonal, that don't have things just for the northern hemisphere. I came across 4 Wishes by Just Nan, and I like this so much that I forgot I bought it and nearly bought one the other day, and I thought, oh, that design looks somewhat familiar. I think I already have it. And I double checked in my big pile and yep, sure enough. So it's got the winter, and it doesn't have months on them like some of the seasonal stuff does, so that's why I like that. It's like a booklet. Oh. And it's lots of specialty stitches, so I'm hoping I can attempt this one. Now, I love Christmas, and I want to do all the Mill Hill Santas. So I'm starting, hopefully. I'll get 1 or 2 every now and again and do them, but I'd love to do all the Santas. So I found this Jupiter branch Santa. All these are basically from Stash Unload, Aussie site. Another one. I found the Feliz Navidad Santa. And that one's got the paper still with it and the beads, so it was a complete kit still. Not being used. This is a cute little Mill Hill Bumblebee Spring Bouquet pin. So I got that one. I thought he was rather cute. I've also got another Ursula Michaels, Let's Go to Grandma's. So I think I'll do that for Mum one time as a present from the boys. Now, I was lucky to win this one from Victoria, from Victoria's Creative Crafts. I love you, Victoria. Every time you come on, bring a smile to me. So I was lucky recipient of winning this one by Snow Days from Country Cottage Needlework. I love it. I love snow. So thank you, Victoria. These ones are a couple of my... Oh, no. Oh, crinkle, crinkle. I missed one. This one's Colga. Oh. Sorry, crinkle noise. I thought I found them. Sorry. And some lovely greeny. It's quite pretty. So I want to find like maybe a woodland sort of scene, something like that. And it's, yeah, Colga, Kolga. And it's coming out more of a bluey grey on the screen than where the others are being pretty true to colour. So it's not picking up the green so well. Okay, so I've got a Prairie Schooler, which is a cardstock one. So Designer Series Spring Miniatures. So on the lookout for a dough ball. And when I find that one, I want to do some of these little minis and put them in there for each month or each spring. Oops. Now I did order these ones from Colour Cascade, so it's Ink Circles Fleur de Lis. I'd like to give that one a go and do it in a nice variegated thread, because I love Fleur de Lis. I think my Southern Louisiana girl is coming out in that. I don't know who's what you Southerners, but I just love it. Love your accent. Just love the jazz. Hopefully one day I'll get over there. I bought the Colour Cascades. It's 25 count, a 28 by 36 inch one. It's Gold Digger Map Style from Colour Cascade. And this one I would like to do a Hade on this one. And you're going, but Hade's full coverage. Well, I want to get the background taken out. Well, I can, and it's for the Outlander map, which I want to buy. So I've got the material before I've actually bought the actual pattern. So I'll have to do that soon. And I bought myself a grime guard, and that's an 11 by 17. Next ones I got is from some, I'm 32 minutes, I better stop in a minute. Is some beads, Mill Hill beads, in the Stash Unload. I found an old thrift shop find. I want to do a Priscilla and Chelsea design thingy there. And that's basically it. The only other things I found was some thrift shop finds was some embroidery techniques book, a cross stitch square ruler. This is another 50 canvas embroidery stitches. I just got that. It's got Maya. When was it? Published in 1979. And another embroidery one, so I can start to learn some different embroidery techniques. No, I'm just an old world of cross stitching. And that's it. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. But I'll do those other ones another day. So I've got some beading and some beading books, just so I can learn how to do a little bit more beading, but so it can hang off things, do a bit 3D. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you everyone, and I will see you probably in a month's time, because I'm work on one particular whip for a week before I rotate to another. I used to be one whip at a girl kind of gal, and then I found Flosstube, Facebook groups. I'm not a monogamous stitcher anymore, but I will stitch on the one piece for a whole week before I change into something else. So I'm going to go, say goodbye, take this piece to one of my best mates who's been waiting for it. So bye everyone, remember to be yourself, because everyone else is taken.